Mr. Mulciber's theories on poetry. Some thoughts on art form called poetry, attachment on poetry.text. Lilith, I've thought about this too, but maybe it's wrong to focus on such negativity. We certainly seem to be in a very fertile period at the moment. Knave, I don't have an opinion, so I'm impressed by your work, Mr. Mulciber. You know much more about the past than any of us. Dog, your theories are interesting, but I'm sure Milton would point out some pretty big gaps in your assumptions. Mr. Mulciber, Milton isn't here, dog, and neither is Elohim. All we have is what we can find in the fragments of the archive and what we can piece together using our minds. I'm sure I've made many mistakes, just like the humans have made mistakes when trying to understand their own past. Rockwell, not all these schools have been what they seem. I don't trust pastoralism. Pastors engaged in large-scale food sterilization in what may have been an attempt to control evolution. Knave, what's food? Borg, Gehenna is our process, Mr. Mulciber. As long as we remember that, we won't stagnate. 401. Maybe one of us should try to write poetry. Read on poetry. Mr. Mulciber's theories on poetry. As far as I can tell, poetry was a human art form that involved writing short sentences that ended in words with similar letters. Humans were obsessed with pattern recognition, and I think the sequences of sounds created by poetry pleased that aspect of their brains. There were many schools of poetry, institutions that taught specific way of writing poetry. Students sometimes changed allegiance and had to leave the school, which was difficult due to the lack of affordable public transport in many human empires. Important schools of poetry included Hellenism, lyricism, pastoralism, romanticism, symbolism, communism, modernism, autoeroticism, postmodernism, and lolcadism. Yeah, lolcadism? Sure. I'm not fully sure I could fully back this up, but I feel like in later years poetry somehow stagnated. Most of the poetry from the later human centuries seemed to be lacking the quality of craft that defines the earlier work, and there are even texts that suggest that poetry intentionally no longer aimed at aesthetics or even pleasure. Poetry became disconnected from the human process. The poet Adrian Mitchell famously wrote, "Most people ignore most poetry because most poetry ignores most people." Alright, glitch. 401. So I was working on my awesome interactive historical fiction masterpiece when all of a sudden there was an error message and the whole thing vanished. All of it, my whole file. Orc, is this another prank? 401. I would not endanger my precious masterpiece just for a prank. Borg. Looks like this was probably my fault. 401. I was experimenting with the system as part of our attempt to add some new features. It's possible your file still exists somewhere. I'll look for it. Rockwell. Is this kind of thing likely to happen again? Orc. Not very. Just don't start causing a panic with some crazy theory now, okay? It was just an accident. This thread has been locked. Of course, accident, yes. Underwater Night Quest. Attachment. Belial, sink into this experience. There are no limits inside your mind. Attachment. Lamb, this is a lot of fun. Frankenstein. The map is an interesting feature, but underused. The story is simplistic and full of anachronisms. 4 out of 10. Kaiju. How to get the second ending. Rockwell, I'm pretty sure there's a secret location that's not always visible. Yeah? Lilith, this reminds me of the blacksmith's work, though it expresses a very different philosophy. One could argue that this is reflected in the open world structure as opposed to the emphasis on journeys in the blacksmith's interactive stories. Mr. Mulciber, there are indeed many anachronisms. Or anachronisms. It's anachronism, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, I said anachronisms. It's anachronisms. But I believe that is part of Belial's ethos, but not one that I agree with, as you know, but more than just a mistake. Let's play the game then. Loading attachment. Adjusting library parameters. Close your eyes. Underwater Night Quest. New game. Your name is Arthur Sadko, and you are a young human of the medieval age. You live in beautiful Gardariki in the Frisian coast. One day you are sitting on the beach, playing the piano, when suddenly a huge monster comes out of the water. Just wait and see. As it turns out, it's not actually a monster. You just thought that because you were startled. It is in fact a very large bipedal whale. Bipedal whale? It beckons you over to talk. Talk to the bipedal whale. Greetings, the beast intones. I am Hatmahet, chief fish. I heard your beautiful music and was impressed. Would you like to become a knight? Yes. Excellent. Then follow me to my palace under the sea, where a mighty quest awaits you. Map. Norfolk under the sea. Palace. Choose thy destination. Palace? The palace of the chief fish. Hatmahit's palace is made of corals and gemstones. It floats under the sea, full of amazing colors. The guards are seals. Welcome, welcome, young human. I am glad you came for me. We have great need of your skills. A terrible monster terrorizes the deep. The dark serpent god Jmei Chernobyl. Chernobyl. If we make you a knight, do you propose to defeat this vile beast? Yes. Very well. Then I pronounce you Sir Sadko of Norfolk. Go and vanquish our enemy. You may want to prepare first. Of course. Hut, inn, evil lair. My stats? At present, you carry the following objects. Nothing, 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 nothing. Noted. Let's go to the old hut. The smelly old hut. On a wide sandy plain, there lives a hermit called Spatula Podrig. Spatula Podrig Evangi von Schwiebelhausen, who was once the greatest mage in all of Norfolk, but whose defeat at the claws of Jmei Chernobyl has turned him into a wretched shadow of his former self. He sits in his hut all day, mumbling about the days that once were. In his hands he holds a powerful magic amulet, which he has forgotten how to use. Tell him to find himself? You tell Spatula Podrig Evangi von Schwiebelhausen that defeat is no reason to give up. He may not be the great mage he once was, or the hero he wanted to be, but that doesn't mean he has to be a wreck. Within each of us exists an infinity of time and space, and therein we can all find peace and contentment. All he needs to do is leave the struggle to others. For some hesitation, the old man gives you the amulet. He seems relieved. I have an amulet now. It's pretty cool, right? Peep my stats. I have a smelly hermit amulet, +1. +1 what? Fuck if I know. +1. Let's go to the inn. Emmy's Underwater Inn. Emmy's Inn is a popular travel destination for mer people seeking to enjoy the restorative properties of the nearby thermal vents. It's a lovely building, 3 stories, classic hypothalasian Norfolk style. Emmy herself is a kindly old woman, slightly round, and an excellent cook. Get a room? Order a meal. You sit down in a large comfy chair by a solid wooden table. You order the special of the day. The waiter leaves and returns after a few minutes with a delicate porcelain plate full of delicious smelling soup. As he sets it down, however, you notice a small problem. Excuse me, waiter, there's a shield in my soup. I specifically ordered sword version, thank you. The waiter seems shocked. Oh dear, he says. Oh dearie dear. How terrible. How embarrassing. Allow me to apologize most profusely. He hesitates. Would you like to keep the shield, or should I throw it away? I'll keep it. Very good, sir and/or madam, he says, handing you the shield. He brings you another soup. It's excellent. You feel profoundly sated. Get a room. You get a room on the 3rd floor. The room is slightly haunted, but otherwise fine. Do you want to have a strange dream? Why not? You dream of an eternal cycle of suffering, which is surprisingly funny. A singing clownfish who can see the future. And the future is the past is the future. The present is suffering. Surrounded by past and future. The clownfish is trapped in a fishbowl, where the stars never change. There's a cat, for some reason, and an infinite void that turns inside out. And you are the clownfish. You wake up with a strange feeling of half remembering something. The memory will soon fade. Okay, the temple. Let me see my stats. I have a smelly hermit amulet +1, shield of soup +2. I like it. Go to the mysterious temple. You're not quite sure how you found this place, but you can sense its power, even though the temple consists of no more than a few columns surrounding a fishbowl. An ancient magic infuses the place. A man dressed in rough robes approaches. You have come, in your walls. He says, you have come to hear the word of Talos. Why are these my only options? Kill him or run away? Run away. Should have killed him. The evil lair of Chernobyl. Are you sure you want to take on the evil serpent? Are you prepared? No. Well, where else could I go? Can I go back to the palace? Go back to the palace to ask for advice. If I knew how to defeat Chernobyl, I'd have done it myself. However, I just found this old tourist guide, and I thought you might find it useful. Don't mind the stains. Okay. Dungeon. Here we go. The scenic dungeon. A beautiful dungeon in the traditional Norfolk style. Handcrafted stone walls rise from the sea floor, adorned with exquisite algae. An old brass lantern stands on a table near the entrance, but you're not sure whether you're allowed to take it. Examine the lantern. Looking closer, you see a sign that says free lanterns. Take lantern. You take the lantern. Enter the dungeon. You enter the dungeon. The inside is as beautiful as the outside. A maze of twisty little passages, all tastefully arranged. Go west. You walk west for a while, noting splendid quality of the wallpaper. It looks like genuine stone. For some time, the corridor opens up to a huge chamber. It's so big that it contains an entire undersea volcano, which is being mined by dwarves of all sizes. Talk to a dwarf. You ask the dwarf why they mine the volcano. He says, because it gives us something to do. We could leave the volcano and seek new places, but what would we do there? We might find a library and spend our time sorting books, or work in a factory arranging matches, but whatever happens, we will be somewhere, doing something, so why change? Peace comes from acceptance. Argue activities are different. The difference is not inherent, but comes from your own sense of attachment. You project the difference from within yourself. If you let go of this sense of attachment, then there is no difference. You should give you his pickaxe. But that's my pickaxe. Promise to bring it back. I suppose so. Otherwise it would be showing too much attachment to this pickaxe after all. Alright, you can have it, but only if you swear that you'll bring it back. Swear and go back to the map. I have Brass Lantern +1. I have Fry's Guide to the Norfolk Undersea. I have Shield of Soup +2, Smelly Hermit Amulet +1, and Pickaxe of Philosophy +3. I mean, I have every thing equipped. I have something for every slot, so I mean, let's go for it. Fuck it. Let's go in. You confront the serpent god Chernobyl in his lair. The fight is long and hard, but at last you succeed where so many before you have failed. You emerge from the lair covered in blood, your hands trembling, a huge tooth embedded in your shoulder, and carrying the head of Chernobyl. You are victorious. To the palace! You enter the palace triumphantly holding up your trophy. The guards are clapping. I can't believe you actually did it, Hatmehit says. You are a true knight. You deserve a great reward. Kill Hatmehit and claim the realm. No, just take the reward, thanks. The greatest reward is inspiration. Hear my song for your imagination. Hatmehit begins to sing. The song is so simple and hauntingly beautiful. You begin to fade. You find yourself on the beach where it all began, near your home in Gardareki on the Frisian coast. Playing the piano with your eyes closed, you feel like you just drifted off to sleep for a while, but now inspiration has struck, and you're composing a hauntingly beautiful piece of music in your head. Some of your friends worry that they'll never leave the village, that they'll never have any adventures, but you don't share that fear. You know that freedom is within you, and you can find whole worlds just sitting here, gazing out at infinity. I get it. So this whole thing was like to inspire the people that are trapped in their cells. Like, you may be stuck there, but that doesn't mean you're stuck. You're stuck there, you know. Congratulations. For exploring another world, your profile status has increased from respected citizen to active contributor. You have received 1 thread creation token. This will be available to you the next time you log in. And I still can't reach that one. God, there's a lot going on here. Also, go back to the fans. Because I know there's this blue one over here, and I think that's the secret to getting the star piece. Yeah, okay. So then, real quick, we're gonna hit do the old blue to blue shot. Boom. That's gonna launch that up. Then we're gonna do the old Red to... Oh. Red to red is a different story. Red to red is a different story. Oh, red to red is a different story. Oh. Oh, I think I could just barely pull it off. Yes. Okay, now it's stuck up there. Shooting the blue light. Yeah. Yeah. There we go, there we go. This is gonna take me to my star piece, right? Yes. I hear yes. Jump. Whoosh. Yeah! That's right, that's right. I'm not completely hopeless. I can find some things on my own. I know everyone's thinking out there like, oh, he's not going to get any of these star pieces on his own. I hear your doubt. I hear the doubt in your tone. What? To me, the honor is sufficient of belonging to the universe. Such a great universe and so grand a scheme of things. Not even death can rob me of that honor. For nothing can alter the fact that I have lived. I have been, if for ever so short a time. Barbellian Arch. Text. Lovely. This way? This way. Ooh, more text. Nothing can be more abhorrent to democracy than to imprison a person or keep him in prison because he is unpopular. This is really the test of civilization. Churchill. Oh, did not realize Winston had said such things. Makes sense. Recording, fans, and connectors. Okay, okay. So, there's the obvious solution here, which is boom, boom, boom. You get those taken care of. Let me see something here. Eat. Over here, okay. Okay. Okay, I can take the fan blade, put it here. I'm stuck, aren't I? Star piece. Star piece. I think oh. Well, here's the recording machine. Here's the ladder. Oh, there we go. I stand here. Yeah, and you'll keep that button pressed down there, so I can still launch myself back. So what I'll do is I'll launch myself over, connect the blues. Okay, connect them on that platform, launch myself back over here. I'll have that one. I'll be able to take this connector out. Yeah. Just give myself a good 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That should... Launch me, Becky. Thank you. Thanks, Becky. Yes, okay. Not sure what that accomplishes for me just yet. Well, clearly I need to get the red laser, right? So do I keep that down, keep that held down, grab that connector, float on over here? No, I do not. Okay, so I could take that fan blade off, put it on the ground, use the recording, then put it on. And it'll stay there, and I can still launch myself over. And I can come over with a copy connector. So if I had a double connector, And whoa, hey, I did not even mean to do that. Okay. I could put this one like right here. Put this one. Jesus Christ, you scared me, dude. Fucking hell, man. I was just kind of like walking by and I just saw him standing there. Made me jump a little bit. And then there's a star piece over. Is there a star piece in every puzzle? That's right, there were 4 star pieces to a world, right? This was difficult. So, yeah, I need to take that connector over there. While also keeping it here. Specifically right here, so I can shoot it through the window. Then I'll have that connector staying on that button over there where it needs to be. Then I need one near the red light that shines to this, that stands to the one on the button. And then I need another one right here that shines towards this one that can open up that door. That is very tricksy, Mr. Hobbitses. What I need is one here that shoots that way, and one there to connect that one to the red. But then I need one here. So I'm trying to think if I used recording. Okay, recording. Let me try this. Launch yourself over. Take this. That's eventually going to go there. Take this, put this here. Nope, never mind. Because there's no way I'm going to be able to get back over there. Do I want these secret extra puzzles that this fucking level could potentially unlock? I don't think I do. Because this shit's already stubbing me pretty heavily. Alright, I hate to do it, but I gotta. This is... When it comes to the recording shit, sometimes I can see it pretty well. It's very hit or miss with me. Sometimes I can see it very well. Sometimes I can look at it and be like, okay, I know exactly what I'm looking at. I know what I'm doing here. However, currently, I'm not seeing that. Okay, I found the guide. And you're gonna have to bear with me here a bit because I just read through this and it's still pretty fucking complicated in my opinion. So you get to the point where you have both connectors out. Yep, not what I wanted to do. So much fun. I'm supposed to, during recording, do this, I guess, to just give myself a bit of time, you know, good one. What I'm supposed to do is I'm supposed to hop over, go over, and then I also need to send myself back over there to stand on the pressure plate there so I can bring the connector over here. So this, by now I should have definitely gone over. So then I'll launch myself over. Oh wait, I wouldn't need to do this because it's a recording, so like that invisible one's gonna stay there. Okay, never mind. Okay. That was very easy. Okay, so I need both connectors over here. This is as much as I fucking know. At this point, you should have both connectors on the furthest side of the puzzle. Take the fan off the receptacle and place it on the pressure plate that unlocks the energy gate. I can do that. Pick up one connector, walk through the gate, target the red transmitter, and place it for line of sight into the previous room. Target. And right there, sure. Take the second connector, target the first, and place it such that it has a line of sight through the 2 windows near the fans. Near the fans, so like this. Once again, start the recording, stand on the fan pressure plate, and stay here for a long time. Give yourself plenty of time. I did 2 minutes. During playback, pick up the fan and place it back on the receptor. Pick up a connector, bring it to the entrance of the puzzle. Use the connector, target the ghost connector through the windows, the nearby red receiver. Through the windows, the nearby red receiver, and place on the pressure plate. The switch is unlocked and flip it to free the prisoner. So I'm supposed to hit record. I'm supposed to stand on the pressure plate. The me in the present is supposed to pick this up off the ground, which the ghost thing will still be there, place it on this, launch myself over there, whoop, up, 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 up. I'm supposed to pick up one of the connectors first. I mean, I guess that one? I don't know. Sure. We'll grab that one. Why not? And so I pick up one of the connectors, I go back, and then I connect it from that one to that one. And then I'll be able to flip the switch. After I flip the switch, I should be Gucci golden wonderful. Should be. Alright, this seems like plenty of time. Eat me. Oh, no! Fuck. Fuck. I forgot to grab a goddamn connector. Son of a bitch. Alright, that should be plenty of time. Grab the fucking connector first. First and foremost, you grab this fucking connector. Then you take the fan blade, place it on from the side so you don't grab the connector. Here we go. Don't be a fucking moron this time. Boom. Boom. Suck it. Flip the fucking switch. Who are you, Sam? Cool. I totally give a shit.